This is going to be another tip of the day video that I had a problem a few years ago, and I made a small mistake without even noticing it, and my engine never ran right. And this will be on spark plugs and cylinder heads for your engine up here. Also want to show you, this is what the can looks like with the power valve attached. It has the stock overflow right here, which I put a little bit JB Weld quick fix in, quick glue, whatever it is, epoxy. I put the nipple boss in here and put a little bit of JB Weld, and then on the other side, or over here, I have the power jet that's gone into the back of the carb, and it's ready to go. The one more thing I also did is, years ago I bought some of this braided line cover, and I think it'll work really nice on this if I can figure out how to make it look good on both ends. And this black line may have to be shortened a little bit, but that's what the power valve looks like. The backdrop, my cat, I cannot get this cat off my table. Actually, she thinks it's her table. But that's what it looks like. And then I'll do testing on that as soon as the engine is running. Now, as far as the engine, this is only a very small part of what I'm going to do. It's January here. It's freezing outside. This engine will not run until at least April, late April probably. But in between that time, I'm going to rebuild the bike chassis, repaint everything, and do just exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to put it on the internet and show you how it's done very simply. Every few years I change my bike colors, so it should be pretty cool. Now back to this problem here. Different heads have different size spark plugs. What I mean by different size spark plugs are the depths of the, I believe it's the electrode. This one right here is a B8HS, which is, it's an old spark plug, but this is the one that works and this other one doesn't. Now I'll tell you a little story here. First of all, what you want to do, if you get a new head, a new cylinder head, take your old spark plug, okay, before you put it on. This is the tip of the day. Before you put the head on, and turn it over. Alright? According to the Jennings books and everything else, your spark plug electrode should barely clear the top of the combustion chamber, like it is here. Let's see if that, if I can get a good look on it. This light just doesn't work really well. Anyway, I had another type of a head, and it looked similar to this, same thickness, everything. Okay, what I did was, the other head took this longer plug right here. So I put the engine all together, and I put the plug in last thing, just like I normally do. Didn't even think about it. I was too busy worried about a million other things, about the clutch, about the carburation, would the damn thing start? And I didn't think about the spark plug. I want to show you something. This first plug is correct. The second plug is not correct for this head. cylinder head. You can see how far this plug sticks into the combustion chamber. Now let me point out that your bike will start, it will run, okay? But the squish band and the explosion ring that's supposed to happen in here is supposed to happen right at the very bottom of this chamber, not a ½ inch above it. And what I was getting was the spark was exploding. It didn't hurt the piston as far as hurting it, but it exploded too close to the piston. The combustion wasn't correct, and at high speed it was always cutting out, and I could not figure out why. So this is wrong. Let me see if I can do this. I'm backing off this spark plug to show you the tip of the day. Your spark plug in optimal condition should be right at the ends of the thread in the combustion chamber. And with these spark plugs, they are designed to do just that. There isn't, there isn't a 14 millimeter, a 15 millimeter, a 15.3 millimeter plug depth. They're pretty general, but this is not the correct plug. So do yourself a favor, and if you have multiple heads or multiple, I tried different cylinders, okay? I have a 54 millimeter cylinder like this, the head, but it's flat on top. There is no divot in here, okay? So the large spark plug will work perfect. But on this one, it takes a smaller one. And this will save you a lot of time when you're starting a new motor and you're going out and you're testing it and everything else, and you find out that you got the wrong plug in there, because you won't be able to tell unless you take the head off. So do this before you put your head back on. Like this. Do this before you put your nuts on. Tip of the day. And the can's done for now. This will be put on the bike after I make sure the engine runs correctly with the stock carburetor. Then I will put the can on. Then I will start changing the jets out. And I may have to take the can and change. I may have to take it off, take the float ball off 10-20 times to get the right jets and everything. But that's the fun of it, is to see how much horsepower you can tease out of these little engines. All right. Well, don't act too damn excited. Rock on.